So hi everyone, I'm Jessica Liang from grade 10. Oh, sorry, grade 11. It's because in the book they wrote me as grade 10, but never mind. I'm from grade 11 and I'm from Guangzhou, a rising senior at TEDxBIGZ International School. Okay, a bit tired, right? But let's start with a really quick question. How many of you want good luck in life, especially during your AP exam seasons or comp season? Yeah, I do. Everyone do, probably. And if you scroll through WeChat during AP exam seasons, you will see our generation's digital luck rituals. Dozens of students change their profile picture to a number 5 or many 5 with their own image as a cutout. And some aggressively pray for their idols. And I bought something today. Wait a sec. Ta-da! It's because I have an SAT exam today morning, so I wish my idol can give me some luck. But anyways, these are all not important, but what's most crazier is that I set my WeChat status to an icon that says luck comes to me almost every day. So this is the modern student traditions. But this is definitely not how my dad sees good luck. My dad doesn't do WeChat status. Actually, he doesn't even know what a WeChat moment is. So I don't know why he used WeChat. Probably just for communicating or transferring my living expenses. But anyways, he don't have any idols or pop stars, but he sees good lucks and secure the good fortunes through some ways that involve strict household rules, intense family debates, and a lot of mysteries, which people outside Canton mostly don't understand. In my house, for instance, I don't need an alarm clock on festival morning. Whether it's Chinese New Year or the Mid-Autumn Festival, I wake up in a thick, choking clouds of white smoke. My first instinct is to grab a wet towel and run for my life, thinking the building is on fire. Spoiler, it's not fire, there's only my dad. The moment I open my bedroom door, I hear the familiar sound of a cultural clash. It's my mom. She is from Zhengzhou, a city in northern China, specifically Henan province, where life is really straightforward, practical, and definitely not filled with indoor smokes. She coughs, waves her hand wildly, and said, "Your dad is at it again." The whole house smelled like a barbecue pit. That's the exact moment that I know my dad is worshiping a god, or in Cantonese is called bison. Can everyone pronounce it that with me? Bison. Yes, correct. So I walk out, half asleep, and find my dad meticulously organizing a table of food. Just look at the side behind me. A white-cut chicken must go exactly at the center. Tricky pork goes next to it, and shots of wines line up with precision. We close our eyes, consciously speak our wishes to God, and put our hands on the drinking cup, pour the toast onto the ground. As a modern teenager, I used to find this incredibly bizarre. So since I was really young, I actually asked my dad with intense confusion, "Dad, do God really need a chicken at 7 a.m.? My dad stopped, looked at me with absolute gravity, and said, "Shh, this is so disrespectful. It's about our sincerity that we offer the pair's chicken that bought this morning, and also the cleanest wine to show the God that we haven't forgotten where it came from." Later, he also explained the code to me that chicken represents 大吉大利, and 五花肉, which is tricky pork, represents 家肥屋润, probably because the 五花肉 is 非常肥美. Yeah, okay. However, there's some conflict in my family because my mom is from the north. My dad's strict Cantonese rules drives her absolutely crazy, especially during the Lunar New Year. On the first day of the New Year, my dad announced that no one can wash their hair that day, no sweeping the floor, and no taking the trash out of the room. My mom, wanting to keep the house clean, asked seriously, "Why? I want to keep my house clean." Because if you sweep the floor that day, you're sweeping the floor out of the front door. And also, if you wash your hair, you wash away 365 days of your good luck. My dad replies, "Seriously." For a long time, I stand at my mom's side because yeah, why Cantonese cultures are so rigid. And especially as I grew older, this dilemma between my parents actually complicated me. I of course understand my mom. On Chinese New Year Eve, while her friends and family back in Zhengzhou are celebrating with their own culture, my mom, she's here in Guangzhou, completely restricted by rules that feel a bit alien to her. She still tolerates this culture just because she loves our family and she wants to be as a part of our family. Okay, but anyways, these kind of family arguments are not the ways how I change my attitude towards the Cantonese culture. It happened under the Grand Banyan tree. One afternoon, I fell into a classic grandma trap. I sneaked out of my bedroom to grab some snacks, and my grandma spotted me. With a bright smile, she invited me to help her carry the festival offerings to the ancient banyan tree at the center of our village near the ancestral hall. I looked at the wooden shoulder pile balanced on her back and said, "Sure, how heavy could that be?" 2 minutes later, my face was bright red. I was using every single muscle in my body just to keep that pole off the ground, and my shoulders were exhausted. I had to stop every 50 meters to catch my breath, while my 80 years old grandma walked ahead of me like a champion. When we finally reached the shade of the Grand Banyan tree, the air was full with incense. This was where generations of villagers had come to worship the earth god. But looking around, the crowd was entirely made up of the gray-haired crew. Everyone there was at my grandma's age, but still, there's still so many people there. So I asked seriously, "Yeah, Grandma, there are still some people here, right?" But she stopped and looked at her candles, looked at these flickering flames, and said softly, "Actually, it's much, much quieter than before. Previously, we come tied by entire families, but now the young people moved away and they don't care about these kind of old trees anymore." She didn't finish her sentence, and she just turned back, closed her eyes tightly, and began to pray more for my family's health and for my upcoming exams good grade. For years, people outside of Guangdong, sometimes even my mom, dismissed Cantonese culture as silly superstition. But we are totally wrong. BIZ and these newer disciplines are not about superstition. They are profound acts of ultimate gratitude and mindfulness. They are building a bridge between the past and the future. When my grandma said it's quieter now, it wasn't just a comment about the crowd, but it was a warning that if my generation completely missed this spirit of gratitude underneath, this resilient and this beautiful part of our soul will quietly disappear. So now I've stopped running away from any of the smokes on festival morning. Now, when the apartment is filled with incense, I walk out into the living room and I help my dad set table. And yes, when I stand there before the altar, I close my eyes, put my hands together, and pray. I pray for my health, pray for my exam, and of course, a little extra pocket of money from the god of wealth never hurts. We don't keep these fires burning because we are afraid of dark. We keep them burning because we want our culture to live. But currently, if you ask me, Jessica, as a really good girl here, as a really new power of generations, how will you change this current situation? To be completely honest, it scares me. Because the decline of Cantonese culture happens in my family. Take my siblings, for example. I have an older sister who speaks Cantonese, and her Cantonese is flawless, maybe just a little bit worse than my parents, but still, she currently lives happily in Hong Kong with really fluent Cantonese and English. And now, it's me. I mean, my Cantonese is okay or fair, but at least not really standard or not really traditional. But what's the problem here is my younger brother. When my parents ask him questions in Cantonese, he always replied in Mandarin, saying that, "Why should I learn this? Why should I speak Cantonese?" And so, as you can see in my family, you see this terrifying downward trends. And it's not just the language. Religious rituals are even harder to preserve. As a student now in BIGZ with all different kinds of exams and also different kinds of work, I don't have endless time and curiosity to actually understand every ancestor or every prayer. So I don't know what to do, but I think what I can promise, I truly believe that changes can happen because I'm here, because I'm present, because I'm standing here to speak my culture to others. So let me reintroduce myself. My name is Jessica Liang from grade 11. But okay, no. A proud Cantonese girl, willing to try my best to protect my culture. I'm here to keep the fire and the smoke alive. Thank you.